article, the title is Air Pollution, Not Greenhouse Gases, the Principal Cause of Global Warming. In the presentation, we will explain the main points of the article and why this is important. Hello everyone, in this video, I will introduce a study offers a different perspective in the cause of global title. Air pollution, not greenhouse gases, is the main cause of global warming. In this presentation, I will explain a study that argues global warming may not be mainly caused by greenhouse gases. Instead, researchers suggest that particulate air pollution especially plays a much bigger role in hurting the earth. To understand this study better, let's start with me some important background about what people usually believe causes global warming. For many years, the IPCC has said that greenhouse gases, especially CO2, are the main cause of global warming. But one thing is often ignored. Aerosol particles from industry and fuel burning. Historical data, especially during World War II, saw a set rise in temperature that fits better with the increase in particulate population. This creates a razor gap about how particulate pollution affects Earth's heat balance. Now, after looking at the backgrounds, let's move on to the main question, the hypothesis, and the goals of the research. Research question: what is the real main driver of global warming, greenhouse or particulate pollution? Next, hypothesis: particulate pollution extremely cool flies aerosol in the main cause of global warming. Next, objective: to examine temperature anomalies during and after World War II. B. To evaluate evidence of aerosol emission. C. To compare the effect of particulate pollution with greenhouse gases.
Okay, to support the study, the researcher used several theories uh, that explain how heat and radiation behave in Earth's atmosphere. First, the article refers to Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change or IPCC's greenhouse gas theory, which represent the mainstream explanation for global warming. It also used the concept of Earth's thermal balance to explain how radiation is absorbed and released. In addition, the study connects to Gottschalk's 2017 finding of the World War II temperature bomb. Mm, the researcher also highlights research showing that aerosols can absorb heat and influence atmospheric radiation. The findings indicate that the article positions itself as a challenge to conventional greenhouse gas-based climate model. Next, let's take a look at the methods used in this study and how the researcher gathered and analyzed the data. The study applies a conceptual and observational research design, meaning the researcher doesn't conduct experiment but analyze existing secondary data to build the argument. For the data source, the study used NOAA global temperature datasets along with global coal production, oil production, and aviation fuel consumption. These datasets serve as indicator of particular pollution and long-term environmental change. The researcher then compares global temperature trends, including the significant World War II temperature spike, uh, with historical with historical patterns of particulate producing activities. This comparison is crucial for evaluating how industrial and military activities relate to temperature change. Now, the procedure involves several steps. For the first, identifying major temperature patterns, then aligning them with pollution-related trends, and for the last, assessing how closely these datasets match over time. Based on these alignments, the researchers forms a causal interpretation suggesting that particulate pollution corresponds more directly with warming trends than greenhouse gas. Overall, this methodology provides the foundation for the researcher's argument by linking temperature behavior with human-generated particulate.
To conclude, our result highlights that particulate pollution, not greenhouse gases, is the principal cause of global warming. The implications are severe, including 1. Continuous atmospheric injection of coal fly ash could accelerate climate disruption to harm ecosystem. 3. Pose significant health risks. Immediate cessation of aerosol particulate release is essential to preventing further damage. Let's discuss what this finding means, especially how they compare with the common explanation we often hear. The study argues that particulate aerosols such as those from wartime activities, industrial pollution, aviation, and coal fly ash might cause stronger and faster warming than greenhouse gases. This idea goes against the mainstream view, which identifies carbon dioxide as the main driver of global temperature rise. According to the author, these tiny particles aerosol head the would normally excite into space, contributing to warming events like the temperature spike during World War II. This challenge climate models supported by the IPCC, which typically treat aerosol as cooling because they reflect sunlight. While some studies recognize that black carbon can warm the temperature atmosphere, most scientists do not view coal fly as a major warming factor.
The author also disputes the usual view of contrails, suggesting many contains heat-trapping particles. Overall, the study proposed an alternative warming explanation centered on aerosol pollution.
To conclude, our results highlight that particulate pollution, not greenhouse gases, is the principal cause of global warming. The implications are severe, including 1. Continuous atmospheric injection of coal fly ash could accelerate climate disruption to harm ecosystem. 3. Pose significant health risks. Immediate cessation of aerosol particulate release is essential to preventing further damage.
Before we end, let's take a moment to look at the limitation of this study and what future results should focus on. The study relies primarily on correlational evidence and does not include direct quantitative measurement of global aerosol emission or spraying activities. Several claims are based on observational patterns, photographic documentation, and inferred causal relationship rather than controlled empirical data. Future research should incorporate systematic atmospheric sampling, long-term particulate monitoring, and laboratory testing to quantify the radiative impact of aerosol materials such as coal fly ash. Additionally, climate models should be refined to more accurately represent the warming effect of absorbing aerosols. Independent verification of large-scale aerosol development would also be necessary to substantiate the proposed mechanisms.
Okay, that concludes our presentation on the scientific article Air Pollution, Not Greenhouse Gas, the Principal Cause of Global Warming.
We hope this presentation has provided a clear understanding of the article's main points and the significance of the topic. Thank you for your attention.
Bye.